When I was 16 years old, I had made a few poor choices, and it led me to be living on the streets. I had a few friends tell me, on Fridays we can go down to the mission and they feed us. I said, okay, why did they feed us? I said, I don't know, it's just a church that's out there feeding homeless people. I said, oh, okay, well, let's try this, And so every Friday, me and the people that I was staying with out on the streets, we would make our way over to the mission, to the Friday night feed, to have dinner. Sometimes, some of us, it was the only meal that we would get the whole week. My friend had invited me to Real Life Family Center. The first time I had really ever attended church. It was probably the third time in my life that I'd ever been to church. And when I got here, it wasn't like one of those uppity churches, you didn't have to wear a dress and gloves and a hat and all that stuff. I mean, the pastor wears jeans and a t-shirt, which I thought was really cool, it made me feel like, I can go to this church, This was a pretty laid-back, easygoing church. And then Pastor HR started talking, and for somebody like me with no religious background, he could explain it in, for lack of a better term, layman's terms, for somebody like me to understand, all the different books, all the different books in the Bible. I didn't know anything about them, but he explained it to me. I filled out the checklist and took it over to the Connection Center and asked them, where do you guys need me? When's the next day that I could come help? They told me, we have something going on Tuesday. It's called Celebrate Recovery. So I started doing that. When I got to Celebrate Recovery, I really enjoyed it. And I said, is there any other places you guys need me? And they said, yeah, how about the Friday night feed? I said, okay. Not only do I get to help cook, but I also get to help serve. And when I get to help serve, I actually get to meet a variety of people. And those people they touch my heart in ways that a lot of people wouldn't even understand unless you get in here and serve as well. I was just helping out in the Friday night feed, preparing the vegetables and stuff for stir fry. And Karen had told me, yeah, we take this down to the mission down in Tacoma. That's where we cook it. That's where we serve the homeless. And that's when it dawned on me, a couple weeks after I had started doing the Friday night feed, it had dawned on me, these are the people that had fed me 10 years ago. It felt good to give back, and it's kind of coincident. I thought at first maybe it was coincidental that, that I got placed in this church that actually sponsors the same place that fed me 10 years ago. And then I kind of thought more about it. I said, it wasn't really a coincidence. I kind of think it was in God's plan all along for me. Doing the service that I do now with the Celebrate Recovery Friday night feed and the weekend coffee service, it fulfills my soul. It's so enlightening. It's so powerful. It's like, somebody said a few weeks ago, it's like those butterflies you get in your stomach when you get super excited, and it just makes you feel really good deep down in your soul. It's like one of the best feelings that you get. And, it might sound selfish that, I do this because it makes me feel good, but it's not just that. It's because I know it makes other people feel good as well. And I'm sharing my story, hoping that that somebody out there will be inspired to do the same, to give back, to change lives like others have changed mine.